Frank Show, what? The Frank Show, come on, the Frank Show, what? The Frank Show, come on, the Frank Show, what? The Frank Show, come on, the Frank Show. It's time for the show. Aloha heads, it's Frank here, and it is review time yet again. Today we are looking at the first true PSVR music creation tool, TrackLab from A Little Chicken Games. Now, right out of the gate, this video is sponsored by PlayStation, who hooked your boy Frankie up with an early copy. Now, as always, my opinion cannot be purchased, and before we get started, I want to let you know that I am not a music software review or critic, so this one is a little bit more difficult for me, and I think I did my best job. But anyway, I won't bore you anymore. Enjoy. Gameplay. First off, this is a move title and can't be controlled any other way. Your move controllers are one-to-one modeled in game, so finding the right button is pretty easy. Now, this is not a remixing game. This is basically a music production center built into a fluid VR app. The more time you spend with TrackLab, the better you'll become. Also, having a background in music composition will help you tremendously in getting over the steep learning curve. In a nutshell, you are given a grid of squares that can each hold a sample or TrackLab tool. The track's beat takes the form of a small orb of light that travels throughout the grid, and each time it hits one of the squares you filled with a sample, the audio is triggered. You can stop the beat, change the direction, or split it into multiple orbs as you slowly build out a fluid track. The game is broken down into two different modes. The first is Evolve mode. In this mode, you're given a few TrackLab tools that you must place on a grid to solve audio puzzles. Each style of music has 3 levels of difficulty with 8 puzzles to solve at each level. Your goal is to get the light to move fluidly throughout the track, and upon completion, you can place the track in your modifiable DJ booth and have a little fun with it. Once you complete all 8 tracks in a set, you can use them within the creation mode. Now, creation mode is the real treat here. You have complete control over the entire track. Choose from drum beats, synth waves, guitar samples, and more across multiple genres of music. Fit the pieces where you want them, change the tone, or duplicate the samples to slowly fill your grid. Adjust the BPM slider to your liking, and once you've built a few tracks, plug them into your DJ booth and have some fun. Audio. As one would expect, the audio quality is fantastic here. Every sample sounds well recorded, and most offer varying pitches. For a game that's all about audio, this one does it right. Although I did have a few drops when things got a little bit hectic, but the sound was never gone for too long. Visuals. Now, although visuals are not the most important part about this title, the team still did a fantastic job. The move controller models look great, and user interface is clean and futuristic. Everything is colorful and blinking, so if you have issues with epilepsy, this may not be the title for you. Issues. Mechanic-wise, I had no problems. It took me a little while to realize that I could use a slider above my head to move forward in the track, but once I got that, I had no game-breaking problems. Like I said earlier, the audio does seem to drop out every now and again, but it was never for too long. I would also love to see an export option as well as a social screen visualizer for VR party nights, but what can you do? The main issues I see players having with this one is frustration. It's not easy, and although it is intuitive, it doesn't take long to get annoyed by loops. Score. Since this is a sponsored video, we will not be scoring this title, but it really is something awesome. If you ever wanted to make your own beats, this is a fantastic tool to do so. Just don't expect to be J Dilla after one session. But if you take the time and learn all the tools and spend some time experimenting in creation mode, you'll be dropping some fire beats to SoundCloud before you know it. Alright, so what you think? You gonna grab it, you gonna wait for a sale, or you just gonna say forget about it? Let me know below. Thank you for coming through. Hope you enjoyed the review, and as always, if you would like to stay up to date on any and everything PlayStation VR, and you don't mind looking at this ugly mug, friggin' subscribe. I mean, come on. Smooches. Monday through Friday.
Frank Show.
Monday through Friday.
Frank Show. Buddy on YouTube. Buddy on Frank Show. Buddy on YouTube. Buddy on Frank Show.
And that's how you do an outro.
I know what else to do.